for the beginning of this ballade? The rhythm. The rhythm, so it wouldn't
not that fast.
Fluctuate, yes, so much between fast, low, yes.
Okay.
Right. It would all be steady.
Steady. Steady rhythm.
Yeah.
And not too fast.
And not too fast, right. That's much better. There was only one little one that you really rushed, and it was the very beginning of this page.
Yeah.
And then you caught yourself. You're like, okay. I know. So, yeah, so when you are being really tranquil like that, right, you're just gonna make it be even more of a sensual, beautiful experience for you and your audience, right? So that just the colors and the beauty wash over you. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about some musical line and also some voicing issues. Okay, so if you just stand up for a moment. When you start this reminds me of that famous opening of Ravel's Le Gibet, where there's this corpse hanging in the sun, and it's really hot. Okay, now this is not a corpse. But this is more like a bell, right? So, can you feel like with that bell, you drop, and then you slowly lift your weight from the key. really easy section to tighten on, right? Yeah, so just feel that motion. Okay, now, one other thing I gotta put on my piano glasses. Okay, so, now who wrote those pedal markings? Was it the editor or was it Chopin?
Editor.
Well, we kind of think it was Chopin, but he had so many different editors, right? So there's so many editions that we're not totally sure, but you could use this as a framework, right? As a first framework. So listen to this. Did I notice? You didn't pedal, or you didn't come off. And I'm glad you didn't, because it sounds funny. It sounds dry, don't you think? But maybe that one is okay to kind of breathe with your foot a little bit more. What do you think about that? Okay, and then I don't know if you pedaled there or not. Why is that a good place to change your pedal? And I'm going to say change it and not lift it, because what happens if we lifted it? What do you think about the full lift?
It's too dry.
It's too dry, yes. So maybe somewhere around here, can you do a little bit of flutter pedal? Oh, because the left hand's so pretty. Okay, so you want to do a little bit more pedaling just so that you hear all that really lovely left hand. Okay? All right, so let's do this one. And as we said, it was way too dry to lift completely off that one. So we'll do that one.
Okay.
Good, okay. Maybe you should pedal there. What do you
Yeah.
think? The second one? Yeah,
Change
let's
that.
try that. Yep. That last phrase was really nice, wasn't it? Yeah. So when you're creeping along in this beautiful part, this is our musical line, right? We love that. So, but then we get to this part where there's nothing going on in the right hand. Let's switch our listener's ear to the left hand. Much better. I think the A's really need to be pedaled in your left hand.
A.
The A's, yeah. Yeah, and then probably what else? What else were you instinctively doing that sounded good? Do it again. Do it again and listen for that. Make sure you come all the way up on your pedal. Yes. That's what it is. It's getting kind of stuck, like at number 1 on the pedal levels, you know? Better. Okay, so which little repetitive patterns were the best? The last two, or the first two? It's getting there. So let's go a little slower, slower. Why don't we say this? Why don't you breathe on the pedal here? Okay, breathe on it. And let's breathe on this one and bring it down over here. Aha! Did you hear that? Breathing like right after this. We're going to go a little bit slower. Okay, better. And I liked how you waited to play the G in order to put your pedal down. So let's do the same thing here. So wait for that. That's so nice.
Oh, that's a lot.
That's so lovely. Ooh, so that kind of careful pedaling will bring out all the different voices,
Yeah.
right? And then you also have to think about how far down on the pedal, right, to use, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Very nice. Good. Yeah, very light. Good. All right. So now, then you have this beautiful fermata here. Now tell me about this in our ballade. What's going on? So obviously a ballade is a story, right? So whatever this is, like maybe it's the beginning of a story, or you've opened a book or something like that, or you're telling somebody that you're going to tell them a really good story, right? So, exactly. So how about if you keep your pedal down and then... All right, so now we aren't violinists or cellists, right? So the moment we play a note, it's going to stop, right? The sound's going to stop. So we have to do something in our body, right? That's going to keep the line going down, down, and now you can let this move a little bit more. Okay, you can let that move. So why don't we say somewhere around here you're going to hit your pedal again, all right? mezza voce. What does that mean?
Mezza voce. Mezza voce.
Yeah, little voice, half voice. If you're really half voice, then you could keep your pedal through. Oh, that'll be so sensitive. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I did the same thing. I went long. I know. Bob. And then Bob. So take your time getting to that F. And we have to be really sure of just dropping slowly into the key. Because if we keep our wrists tight, now, do you really want to come up on all these?
No.
Nah. How about if we just change them? Okay. Because that way you're gonna have a forward line. Okay, and don't be so like wearing a a little white blouse. Chopin and he's telling somebody, like his girlfriend, I don't know, why don't we just go somewhere this afternoon for a picnic? Okay. So you want to start right on the C? Your phrasing. This though, I don't think you need to make that a rubato in itself. Keep it steady, right? Da 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 da, right? And go to there, right? Yes. Do you hear the difference? Because it's just a feeling of I don't know, like maybe expectancy, like really that happened to you, right? Really? Let's take it from this low A flat. Can you creep a little bit more, sneak in there? I like what you're doing. Now, okay, when you get to here, Sharon. Can you let your form give a little bit more of an exaggerated motion, just so that we hear more sound? Because right now you're just a little bit small. Small. Okay. And then when you play these, for your right hand to come out more, let's let your arm free. And then your left hand tends to be a little bit more careful. You're doing this, and you're kind of bouncing on every one of these. And this just needs to be more of a wash of sound. So when you think of them in groups of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And so if you feel them in groups of 3, your motion is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so which one do you want to go with first? The right hand or the left hand?
Right hand.
Okay, so let's do the right hand. Feel more free with your arm. And you can add pedal for sure. Very nice. How does that feel differently?
More space.
More space, yeah. This is a beautiful story you're telling, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, now your left hand in triplets. So think of the motion in 3 instead of every block. That motion with your left hand, and I know you just love to do this. You love to make it seem like you really are grasping all of your notes in your fingers. But can you feel like they're a little bit more? They're yawning a little bit more. So I don't really want to say loose, but I just want to say more released. Okay, oh my gosh, that's so much better. You're producing.
It's not as straight as it was kind of straight.
Yeah, it was kind of straight and now it's more warm, right? And then how does it feel differently? What do you have to think about to get your fingers to just
not
open up? Okay, so don't grasp, don't hold your hands together, yeah, don't brace. Okay, good. All right, so you want to take your hands together from there?
Yeah.
Pedal where we see it here, where we see here, because it's chromatic, you know, and then maybe a little bit more pedal change at the ends of those. Okay, can you take just that phrase right there? now you know what to do with that whole section. That's really good. Right?
I was thinking of how, like, why is this section so long? Like,
Yes.
repeat.
Yeah, and why and repeat, which makes it even more difficult to interpret, right? Because it is always so repetitive. But maybe he's just reminiscing about something, right? It's very nostalgic, right? Where he's just saying, okay, let me get my thoughts about that. Now, you know, what year was that in? Right? You know how people always do that? When was that? And how old was who? So-and-so in the family, right? But they're conjuring, and each one of them, are they the same length? Like this one is 4 measures. This one is 1, 2, 3. It's a different length, right? With littler phrases, right? So each time you do it, you can think of these longer phrases, and this one is long, and it's also attached to that one, which is a short one, right? So this makes sense that this one is the longest, right? And you're going to there, right? Yeah, that's really interesting. Okay, good. So that's a really good question. So let's do it one more time from here. But before you go on, I'd like for you to think about this. So here. So since this is the last time you are, and this one's a Florida again. So let's keep this motion going, Sharon. Okay. And then you can relax because now it's going into this other section. Okay, so then that way you're not feeling like, oh, this is the end. Okay, so then this section all goes into there, and then you set another mood.
Yep.
Yeah. Good.
Keep the motion.
Yeah. So keep in motion there, right? And then your voicing, right, on the left hand here is so special and so important, right? Because that's going to draw the listener into the next section.
Okay.
Okay, and then looking at this on the page, you would think that that would be the most still section of the piece so far, right? Right? But we don't want it to be, right? We want the left hand to be more tumultuous, right? So that there's something interesting, right, that's going to come up next in our story, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like something that's churning underneath the water, right?
Like stirring the water.
Okay, so sorry I'm going to ask you to do this over again, but let's go ahead and think about this. Let's take it from there one more time. Good. Draw us to the next phrase. Good. I like how you open this one up more. So you're going to get used to that. You're going to get used to that. This is much better. You know, as you were playing this, now with some really good musical phrasing, you could think to yourself, you know, Chopin and Liszt knew each other quite well, right? And they had this kind of relationship that was competitive, right?
Yes.
But they also really respected each other, right? They wrote pieces for each other, right? So they really respected for each other. So can you imagine the first time that he would have heard Liszt, right? Maybe this is the part where he's saying, he's hearing people say, have you heard of Liszt yet? And he's really interested in this person, right? And then here, da 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 dum. He's like, could there anyone be really that good, right? And then this. What is he saying here in this climax of this phrase?
I really want to meet him.
I really want to meet this guy. Oh my gosh, you know. Okay, so that will kind of help you feel like, you know, these are nice long phrases, but that third one you're really going to. Okay. All right, so are you sure about, we're playing all these C's correctly and all that. Can you play this a little bit slower? Okay, great. And then when you're playing that, I just find this to be so beautiful. Can you voice that top a little bit more? And this is gorgeous, right? Going to that. So can you eke out a little bit more emotion to right? And maybe he's going, oh my gosh, this guy can play. Right? Well, maybe he's also saying, but I'm the one who's really emotional, right?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, who knows, right? Yeah, so really emote that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and do it anywhere around there. Oh my gosh, it's quarter of. Okay, all right, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, maybe that's a little bit much, but you know why it might seem really much? If you exude too much here, and you're going, I'm exaggerating, and you do it again here, and then you do it again here, suddenly you have, right, so maybe it's just too much. So why don't you let this one go, and go. That's all, sorry. Okay, so let all those move, and then we can take the Don't do too much there. And save it. Yeah, but save it for that A flat. Oh, that A flat is. Let your heart out. Yes. Okay, good. That's almost there. Good. So it's all, it's emotive and heroic at the same time. Yes, good. One more time. I just want to check one note there. That's good. Keep it going. Yes, and keep it going. 6. Okay, wait a second. So you know what will help?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you have so much emotion here. It's fabulous. Can you use any fourth fingers? Why not? What is that? A B flat? Oh, I didn't use 3 there. This is too much for a smaller hand. Oh my gosh, 3 now. Now. I did use 4 or 5 here. That'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, so here out. Yeah, go ahead and try that. Put up a little bit more just so you can. Yeah, how's that gonna be?
High.
No! Really? Yeah, you're just gonna let your wrist be
Can
flexible.
someone really use 3?
Oh, of course they could. Oh my gosh, do they have bigger hands than you and me? For sure. What was Liszt's reach? Do you know?
Yes.
Wasn't it something like
Looks like-
14 notes or something
Yes.
like that, right?
Like, what?
I know.
But I really saw some, like one of professors, like she plays violin, but her hand is like huge. I didn't notice that. I was like, whoa.
I know. I know. So in some cases, right, this would be easier,
Oh my god.
right? But in other music, it might be too much to have too big of a
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah. Really. Oh, I don't know what to do with these fingers. Okay. So obviously, when you are playing this, can you feel like this is a pattern? So practice it in 5 and then 2. Okay, and then it's going to be easier for the hand. 5, 4. Okay, so try that. And then put a little bit more so it's a little more clear. What will get that part to be really good. Yay! Okay, so we do have a little bit of time, but you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the computer because it takes a little while to boot up. It's old or something, I don't know. Okay, let's see. Good, and in your mind, think of it as slinky. Da, da,